So let me tell you a little bit about why I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad I'm part of your start in dentistry, because the rarest commodity that you can find or you will find in a dental office is time. Your office, you're going to find it's probably going to be busy. It's probably going to be crazy. There's going to be patients coming in and out. The doctor's going to be running around. You know, the hygienists are going to be looking for where their patients are. Life is crazy in a dental office. Sometimes it's like crickets, and then sometimes it's like insane, okay? So I'm challenging you to take this time to take the training on for yourself. Like, take responsibility for what you need to learn to be successful in your position. Hopefully you work with a team that has this all figured out. Maybe you have a great team that has the onboarding figured out, and they have trainings and check sheets and all of that. But if they don't, recognize it's because they just don't have enough time. A lot of offices are just crazy and they haven't had enough time. So I want you to step in and be a leader. And a leader is not a title. I know you're probably the newest person on the totem pole, but a leader is an example. It is you taking responsibility for yourself. Don't sit back and wait for somebody to tell you how to do something, or somebody to tell you when it's time that you need to learn something. I want you to become a leader for yourself, and I want you to look for the solutions that are going to help you grow, the solutions that are going to help your practice, and those solutions as to how you can find the answers to the things that you need to know to be successful in your position. Because the 3 R's of leadership are respect for yourself, respect for others, and then be responsible, okay? So don't wait to be told. Okay, don't wait, write down the things that you need to know. Write a checklist of things that you need to learn. If somebody says, hey, have you been taught this? No, not yet, but I'll write it down and I'll make sure that we don't forget to do it. Do you know this? Nope, but I have a resource, I can go over here and I can learn it. Make sure you keep the New to Dental workbook out and available to you. So do the things that you need to do to make sure you can learn what you need to learn. Don't put the responsibility on somebody else. Take it on for yourself. So one of the things that we have, and what I suggest, and we have at Front Office Rocks, is we actually have a check sheet. And even if you don't have Front Office Rocks, or your office doesn't have a check sheet, you can start your own check sheet. What I mean by that is write a list of all of the things that you feel you need to learn, or ask your office manager or ask your doctor, what is it that I need to do in this job? So if I'm like the scheduler, I need to learn the practice management software. I need to learn all the procedures that we do. I need to learn all the insurances that we belong to. I need to learn how to use the appointment software that we do to confirm appointments. Like, write out all the things, or find the list of all the things you need to do, and then make a list of how you're going to learn it or what you're going to learn, so that you don't forget anything. Okay, so you make sure you take responsibility for you. Okay, so I'm not going to go in depth into appointments and procedures and what we do at this point, because learning is a gradient. If I go too deep at the moment into this, I'm going to be speaking over your head. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to give you just a quick flow of what typically happens, just an overview. Then we're going to jump into the industry as a whole, and then I'm going to get in deeper into the actual positions and codes, okay? Now, I know right now you're probably, if you've been in the office yet, you're like, I need to know insurance codes and dental codes and all that. I'm going to teach you that. But right now, let's just go high level about dentistry. So the typical patient flow is a patient comes in for their first appointment, okay? Whatever it is. It might be an emergency appointment, it might be a new patient appointment, it might be evaluation, but somehow or another, a person becomes a patient of the practice or comes into the practice, okay? At that point, the second step is either they're going to see the doctor, or they're going to see the hygienist, or they might see an assistant, okay? So what that means is they're either going to come in and get treatment done, so maybe they're an emergency appointment and we need to get them out of pain, they're going to get treatment done, or they're going to come in and they're going to be a new patient, or they want a new dentist and they're going to come in and maybe get a cleaning. So they're going to get something, maybe they're just going to get an x-ray taken, okay? But they're going to come in and something's going to happen. Now, what then happens is they might stay in this little circle right here, okay? So they might get cleanings and treatment and cleanings and treatment, or they might just get cleanings, or they might get treatment, whatever the case may be, but we're gonna take care of the patient here. There might be a thing where we can't take care of them in our office and we need to send them somewhere, and that's a specialist. And I'm gonna go through all of this later, but if it can't be done in our office, but they need something, we're gonna send them to someone else. We're gonna make sure they get to another office to get taken care of. And then eventually, the hope is that then this person continually comes back to the practice, okay? We do regular maintenance. We see them over and over and over again. You go to the dentist every 4 or 6 months, right? That's the idea. So this is the typical flow on a high level of how patients get in and then they stay into the practice. Now, like I said, I'm gonna get more specifics in a little bit, but just think this way as we start to talk about dentistry as a whole.